Since when I was a child, I've always thought of farming. As I get to a particular age, I would love to go back into full-time farming, because farming is the way forward now. Most people know that Jigawa, Kano are basically into hibiscus farming for the past 15-20 years. They've actually done a lot there. I've been farming for the past getting to 10 years now, especially when COVID came in. You go around here in Adamawa, you see very, very large farms with equipment worth millions of naira. Those days, not even now. Equipment is lying down on the ground because at the end of the day, they were going into farming as a part-time business.
Meet Kalif Tandawadon, a businessman and a farmer from Demsa, Adamawa State Nigeria, as he shares his journey cultivating arguably the biggest hibiscus flower farm in northeast Nigeria.
I've met so many big farmers here that have told me so far this is the biggest organic hibiscus farm in Adamawa State so far, but I don't know any. I remember when I was like 9 years old, and there's my auntie that was in Kaduna then. She has a small farm very close to her office, and then I used to follow her that time to the office, and I saw people farming. I actually remember telling her that I wanted to go farm. They were actually laughing at me. What am I going to do with a farm? At that time, you know, you have basically almost everything in the house. So what are you thinking of farming? But she went and got a small place for me and said I should come and see. I should come and start the farm there and see. As a child, I was actually able to just do one of small childish farming there, and that's why since when I've been a child, I've actually have this passion for farming. It's been a good experience for me now. I'm actually, as far as I'm concerned now, it's actually a dream come true. My name is Kalif Tandawadon from Demsa, Adamawa, and I'm 55 years old now. We are into organic farming here in Demsa, Adamawa State. This is basically a hibiscus farm, organic hibiscus farm here in Demsa. This is a 30-hectare hibiscus farm. We have another side on the other side. That one is a 50-hectare soya beans farm as well. But this one is basically just organic hibiscus farm. I stay in Abuja, and I'm into engineer. I sell generators, but I felt there was a need for me to actually come back home here and then see how we can actually go. I can actually go into farming, organic farming, and then try and see how we can make a difference in organic farming. Most people know that Jigawa and Kano are basically into hibiscus farming for the past 15-20 years, and they've actually done a lot there. And when I thought of it, I've been exporting the hibiscus flower, but I actually thought of why not go into the farming, into the farming as well. So basically, I just thought of at least we should come back here and see how we can actually go into the hibiscus farming here. But Basically, why I thought of it was because we have some off-takers from outside the country that are actually ready to buy the hibiscus flower from us. So as long as it's organic, they are ready to actually buy from us from here. So it actually as long as it can fetch you good forex, is actually something that is worth doing as well. Farming right now is the way forward, whether we like it or not. We have to actually go back to farming, because at the end of the day, there is without farming, there is no way of survival surviving now. So we actually have to go back to farming and see how at least we can actually improve the lives of our people. Of course, they've been farming before, and but the old method of farming is not actually for mechanized farming like this. So you find out that most of the time the yields that they get are not up to what they're supposed to get. No good seeds, there's no varieties of seeds that you can use. They've been actually farming the old fashioned way, and which is not helping us. So if you can actually leave the comfort of your home, like Abuja, and come here, we're trying to see how we actually empower our people and give them better ways of farming here, because at the end of the day, it's actually going to help us a lot. What we did, especially when we came in at first, the locals here actually thought we were actually coming to come and do, when they heard we were doing mechanized farming here, they actually felt we were actually coming to come and take land, do mechanized farming, and then without getting them involved. But they now realized that after immediately we came in, they were the ones that we actually used to do the farming. We pay them, we feed them, and then even they come here with their children throughout the whole season. They be working here. We don't use chemicals in the farm. So basically, what we use them for is that they do the weeding here, and then we've done the weeding of this farm now like four times, and then they get paid, because we know at least they will be able to know how to feed their families from the farm here. We try to help them as well with hospitals and the rest. The other farm there, we have a borehole that we constructed. At least the locals are the ones that are using it. So we're trying to see how we can actually help them more. But for the fact that we're just started, we're thinking of doing more for the locals here. So far, I can't really tell if it's the biggest, but I've met so many big farmers here that have told me so far this is the biggest organic hibiscus farm in Adamawa State so far. I don't know of any. So I cannot just praise myself and say this is the biggest, but for now, I think this is the biggest for organic. This is 30 hectares. The soya beans is the one that is 50 hectares, but we have room for expansion. And then by next year, we're trying to see how we're going to expand to 100. And then see how we can actually, what we're going to do was try to see how we can test this land. If we're able to test this land and then see what we can get from the land here, and then we'll now see how we can expand to up to 100 and beyond. That's basically what we're trying to do now. Yeah, it has been a very hectic, very hectic one. But by the grace of God, we're here. We're here to harvest now. To me, I thank God for this so far. We've come this long. We started gradually. We brought in tractors, and then to see we started with the tractors to see how we tilled. We did harrowing and tilling of the land from the tractors. We now started. We use the locals here to do the planting. As I said, since we don't use chemicals here, We now have to now use the locals to do the weeding. We're able to get seeds from Kano, which they're actually very good seeds, as you can see. From here, at least we have at least a very good harvest as well. We did the planting, and then after the planting, we now had to go into weeding. And after weeding, we noticed that there were some places insects were actually infecting plants. So, but we had to now try and see how we can actually get rid of the, not using chemicals, using organic pesticides, which we use Demsa, which is actually basically what is actually good for organic farming. It's not chemical. It's not chemical based. Now, actually, what made us, we spent a lot of money here for the fact that the farm is large. It was actually a very tough time trying to see how we could weed this place. Doing weeding, weeding was done like four times, and it actually cost us a lot of money. If it was normal conventional farming, it won't cost us that much. So far, we thank God, and we've come this far. We're good now. At least we're seeing the hibiscus, the color and everything is actually very good. But it's actually been very tough for us, especially when it comes to organic. It's not an easy farming at all. But we thank God for where we are today. So far, we've been on our own, apart from our international off-takers. We've been on our own. I've not even bothered to even involve the government or anybody, but we just try to see how we can do things on our own. But by the time people get to find out that you have a farm and it's organic, and then your products are satisfied, real organic, they will look for us. We have very few partners that we like some of our partners in Kano and Jigawa that are doing their own farming in Jigawa as well. Those are just a few partners that we have here in Nigeria. Like this one now, the ones that helped us to get the seeds. These are very good seeds. At least we'll be partnering them to see how we can they can help us a lot. And then the ones that actually they came around, try to see how they can do some inspection and then do some corrections for us here. But so far so good. But we haven't involved anybody else. Well, we're open to collaboration with how other partners can actually come in. It's actually a free one. Apart from this place, we have another 500 hectares of farm here that we've used for sesame before. So we're actually open to other investors that want to come in to partner with us. It's actually a free one, but we actually want to be known for just organic farming, and that's what we want to. We just emphasize on organic, so that for people to know that is all we do here. Because once you try and mix issues up, you find out that people will start doubting, is it really organic or not? We want to be known for organic. My advice to other farmers that actually want to get into hibiscus farming or organic farming, that is, even though it's really capital intensive, but it's something that is worth actually trying, because we're actually getting into a world that is actually getting deeper and deeper into crisis. And we've been trying to enlighten people about using all these chemicals and the rest in farming. If you look at it now, before you buy a bag of potatoes, and then you can keep it for 1 month. But nowadays, if you just buy a bag of potatoes and if you don't consume it within that time, it gets rotten because of the chemicals in it. So that's why other farmers that actually that have been coming to see how they can come in into organic farming. We've been trying to encourage them, and then for now we're even trying to see how we can even give them good seeds, so that at least they could even start. We're trying to give them seeds on our own. Without we get the seeds and want to give them for free, so that at least they will be able to see how they can start on their own, and then see how they can improve their own kind of way of farming. I'm actually trying to see some of the dreams I've actually dreamed of farming, that they're actually coming true. So gradually, I'm getting there. Sorry, I have to do this. They're very, very painful. See, they actually go into your skin, get into your skin, and then it won't come off. You don't have good news. It will be there for days. Make it very, very uncomfortable throughout the whole day. These are all the things we go through in the farm every day. These are the things we see. Oh. Well, I didn't know I was going to go into mechanized farming this fast, but I realized that if it's not mechanized farming, you're actually wasting your time, because farming now entails a lot. You end up come and spend your money, waste your time, and then end up not getting the good use that you need. That's how it's been. At least we're gradually we're actually getting support from even our people here, trying to see how at least they can help and support you, and with land as well. But because especially like this part now that we're using is not part of our 500 hectares that we have on the other side. This land that we're using for now is not part of it. But gradually we're going to move back to our own permanent site. The other side that we worked there before, we did the organic sesame. That was 2-3 years ago. I've been farming for the past getting to 10 years now. Especially when COVID came in, there was really nothing doing. So I think people COVID came with its bad and good advantage and disadvantage. So far, I think COVID was actually the one that made me understand that I need to actually be here full time and then see how the farming can go on. There's one thing with farming, very, very important. That's why you go around here in Adamawa, you see very, very large farms with equipment. What's millions of naira those days, not even now. Equipment is lying down on the ground because at the end of the day, they were going into farming by a part-time as a part-time business. If you want to go into farming now, it has to be a full-time business. You can't go into this kind of farming and say you're doing a part-time. You'll be in Abuja, you come back, you ask people to go to do the work for you. You have to be here from beginning to the end. If not, you will not realize anything. You end up wasting your money. We'll have to go to the other part where the farmers are working now. Yeah. I get the joy of seeing at least people coming here in the morning, as early as 7, you understand, up to this amount. Yes, it was announced in the churches that we're going to start work today. And as you can see, all of them came out. I'm actually very, very overwhelmed when I come and see people working like this. We even have more than 200 working right now. And I get the joy when I see them working, and then knowing that this is what's the impact I'm making for my people. And, we're helping them. I thank God.